For 150 years, Canada has been one of the United States' closest allies and, of course, major trading partners. Canadians are known around the world, of course, for their hospitality and kindness, and we saw that on display very much so in Vancouver. But I can also tell you, and this was really driven home during our trip of the last several days, it's their spirit of innovation and collaboration. I think it really makes me very excited about the opportunities we have ahead. Over the last several days, there were so many similarities between our great city of San Diego and Vancouver. And the discussions that we had and the partnerships that we talked about and are forging make all the sense in the world as we're going to be growing good jobs in San Diego, great opportunities in Vancouver. It was a tremendous synergy. So it's great to be here with all of you this morning. And the mission really had the goal of laying the groundwork for more trade and economic growth between Canada and San Diego. And as you've heard me say many, many times, when San Diego companies and universities are successful internationally, it means more local jobs right back here in San Diego. And the stronger that our relationships are with our city, with places like Vancouver, Mexico City, London, the more their companies will want to expand and grow here in San Diego, invest in San Diego, and of course, hire in San Diego. It was a very productive 2 days for the delegation. I see several of our members that made the trip with us here. And we had participated in 9 events that involved more than 150 businesses, government, and academic leaders from Vancouver. As I said before, the breadth of the meetings and the hospitality was incredible. Canada is our second largest trading partner, as I mentioned. I think all of us that went on the delegation saw very, very clearly that there are so many more opportunities that we have yet to unlock. And the mission was about turning that key and helping to unlock those opportunities. It was a busy day and a half, 2 days, and about 24 hours. We accomplished a lot. We announced that the contract-based San Diego Cubic has with Vancouver's transit system is just as experiencing major success. We saw it firsthand there at the station with 2 million transit cards issued in just 2 years. And of course, that's something that supports local jobs back here in the city of San Diego. We connected Vancouver's port, the second busiest port in North America, with our own. And we introduced the Vancouver Planck Aerosystems, a San Diego startup that is developing innovative maritime drone technology. And I think if you also saw that we announced 2 really exciting partnerships between UCSD and San Diego State to expand their research and to grow their roles as international leaders on sustainability. And when you talk about leaders in sustainability, I'm so very, very proud of what we're doing here in San Diego and, of course, the leadership, the worldwide leadership that Vancouver is known for. We called for more climate action plans like ours that create healthy economies and healthy environments. And we announced a new partnership between Cleantech San Diego, the World Trade Center San Diego, the Vancouver Economic Council, and Vancouver's Foresight Accelerator that is going to help with startups. And we announced, you saw it today, that a Vancouver genomics company, Phoenix Molecular Designs, is expanding right here in San Diego. We were also welcomed by Canada's Wavefront Business Accelerator, which is visiting San Diego in a reciprocal trip later this year, because they recognize, I think what all of us know, that we are certainly known as one of the smartest cities on the world and how we are digitally linking our infrastructure. That was one of the greatest sessions that we had while we were there. So there's so much more, and I just wanted to say to all of you who are here today that our efforts to get Canadian and North American businesses to invest and create jobs here in San Diego and forging those partnerships, they're really taking hold. And I was so impressed with that spirit of cooperation, opportunity, and really entrepreneurship. That entrepreneurship, I think, is really what defines our 2 cities. And the fact that the Vancouver-based companies are looking across the border to choose to expand thousands of miles away here in San Diego, it's a very good thing. There's real benefits to developing economic relationships when our cities engage and we engage face-to-face. So there was no question that there was a lot accomplished in the last several days. Again, I want to thank all of the folks that participated on the trip, representing the best of San Diego, but probably most importantly, representing the opportunities that are here and the opportunities for those synergies when our cities are working directly with each other. It's about going global, and that's one of the strengths of San Diego. That is certainly a strength of Vancouver, and again, it helps with the relationships between our two great countries. So thank you all for being here today. Happy Canada Day, which is soon approaching. It's great to see that spirit, and with that, I will introduce our Consul General here, based out of Los Angeles, but was on the trip every single event we went to, a real strong supporter, James Villeneuve. James?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Worship. We even brought a Mountie with us to make sure we stay safe. She'll be with us for the next... You're going to be busy, I can assure you, over the next few days. Canada Day is actually on the 1st of July, but we're getting an early start to it here today. As mentioned, my name is James Villeneuve. I'm the Canadian Consul General responsible for Southern California, Nevada, and Arizona. And this really was a great trip up to Vancouver. It far exceeded my expectations. And a big congratulations to Nakia Clark and her team at the World Trade Center and the mayor's staff. I honestly, that was one of the most organized trips I've been on, and we host mayors, governors on a regular basis, and San Diego really put its best foot forward up in Vancouver. And it was also just a great place. Vancouver is one of the Canadian success stories as a city. It's a really unique place. It's a dynamic city enjoying tremendous growth, but it's also a center of innovation with leading cities in terms of climate change, and that was one of the big topics of discussion that we had while we were there. And I also, again, learned so much about San Diego and the leadership you've taken in this area as well, with the mayor's leadership and the businesses here, and the meetings were really synced up in terms of conversations. And it really, you understand why San Diego and Vancouver, probably two of the most beautiful physical cities in the world, but also really leading in terms of intellectual thought and exchange, and that was part of what we did. And again, every single event that we did, there was counterparts from both cities there, and the level of dialogue and exchange was very deep, and I saw every meeting conclude with people taking notes in terms of follow-up, so I know there's going to be more exchange going on. As we mentioned, it's Canada's 150th birthday. It's actually the anniversary of our confederation, so the country's been around, people living there a lot longer than that, but 4 of our provinces got together on July 1st, 1867 to agree to form a union, and that's what we're celebrating. And a lot of what we celebrate as well has been our relationship with the United States, which has gone on from the day the country started in terms of our interactions with the U.S. There's literally millions of jobs that are created by our trade and our exchange, over 9 million. The prosperity we've achieved together is by being each other's customers and suppliers. We literally build things together, we exchange, and we sell things to each other. Safety and security, we enjoy thanks to our armed forces working side by side. There's Canadian military personnel based here right now and have full access to everything here as a trusted partner, and vice versa, and our Navy regularly comes here to do joint exercise with the U.S. Navy. And then breakthroughs on things like academic partnerships and research. And again, we have partnerships at all levels of government and the private sector to meet issues that are of joint concern for both of us. So I'm very happy that the mayor and the delegation got to build on the partnership in Vancouver, and I know there's going to be good results coming out of this. I can also tell you it's probably easier to fly from Vancouver to San Diego than it is to drive from Los Angeles to San Diego, as I did today. It's quicker, and there's 2 flights a day for those of you that want to go up and witness the beauty of Vancouver, and we certainly are going to encourage many Canadians to come down here. So that's it. I want to thank everybody that came up and participating, and look forward to further growth together. Nakia, I think the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. It feels really great to be here, fresh off the plane from our whirlwind couple of days in Vancouver. I'm Nakia Clark, Executive Director of the World Trade Center, which is an affiliate of the San Diego Regional EDC. And before I talk a bit about Vancouver and sort of some of the announceables that came out of that trip, I just want to go back a couple years to when the World Trade Center was relaunched with a revitalized mandate to create opportunities for San Diego companies in international markets, to attract foreign direct investment to this region, and to raise the profile of the San Diego region in markets abroad. And with the city's help, the World Trade Center was relaunched with this mandate, and the city, as a key license holder of the World Trade Center, has been with us every step of the way. A year ago, I was sitting in Mayor Faulconer's office with a group of business leaders called the Global Competitiveness Council. These are senior industry leaders from across San Diego in our key industries, and one main ask they made of him was, now is the time for us to tell our story internationally. Please come on the road with us in 2017. And Mayor Faulconer, to his credit, said, absolutely, tell me where it makes the most sense. 6 months ago, I was sitting with James Villeneuve and a group of Canadian and San Diego thought leaders over dinner with Ambassador McNaughton prior to the new administration coming in Washington, D.C., in a conversation around North American competitiveness. And the ambassador and the Consul General and all of those business leaders were saying, now more than ever, we need to be abroad, making the case for why North American competitiveness matters so much. So this year, with Mayor Faulconer and groups of business leaders led by the Regional Chamber of Commerce in Mexico City, with that many of those same people now in Vancouver, I think we're telling that story better and better every day, and at the World Trade Center, we're really excited to be a part of that. Certainly, it was a whirlwind couple days in Vancouver, 9 events in a day and a half, and Mayor Faulconer, I think, outlined some of the actionable outcomes that came out of those events. Around cubic transportation systems, announcing 2 million Compass cards sold there. And as we have our own announcement around Compass card stored credit here in San Diego, it's just another obvious link between our regions and the way that Cubic seamlessly moves people with San Diego technology around the world. UCSD and UBC, Vancouver's premier research university, announced a High Bar initiative, a living laboratory research partnership that gets life-changing technologies out into the community and into test beds. San Diego State University announced that they were joining the International Sustainability Campus Network, a group that includes Harvard, MIT, and UBC, among others. And then, of course, we announced a partnership between Foresight, Canada's premier clean tech accelerator, and Clean Tech San Diego here in San Diego to support clean technology companies that are crossing that bridge between Canada and San Diego. And then, of course, the expansion of Phoenix Molecular Design, a life sciences company, from Vancouver into San Diego, which is in process, and please stay tuned for more on that. And finally, at the Wavefront Accelerator in the afternoon, we were excited to announce that for the first time, Wavefront, an IoT and tech accelerator that we visited and did a big event with in Vancouver, for the first time, instead of leading their annual trade mission to the Bay Area, they will be coming to San Diego in 2018. So certainly our goal was to highlight the importance of North American competitiveness, the connectivity that already exists, and open up doors for further connectivity in Vancouver. But we wanted to make sure that we're also highlighting that these are outcomes that come from a very targeted and collaborative strategy that we as a region have been building for years. And that's why there are these actionable things that come out of it, things that we're not just announcing over a day and a half in Vancouver, but that we are building together as a region over time. So we're looking forward to continuing that conversation, to continuing that work, but with all of you, both in Vancouver, in London later in the year, and around the world, as we continue to position San Diego as the innovation hub that we all know that it is. So I want to thank all of you who were on the trip with us, thank the Consul General and the Canadian Consulate here in San Diego, who were such wonderful partners to us, and of course, Mayor Faulconer and the whole team at the city for taking this bet and going abroad and telling San Diego's story. Because to paraphrase the mayor, if we're not telling our story, nobody else is doing it for us. So thank you, all of you.
Well, thank you. Thank you all again for being here. All of us will be available for any interview questions one-on-one. And again, it's a phenomenal, great partnership, one that we're very, very proud of, and one that we're going to be working very, very hard to expand. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here.
One more thing, Mr. Mayor. One more thing. Oh. So I have one more little gift for the mayor. This is our 150th anniversary, and we have produced coins here in San Diego in the great military tradition of having these in your pocket. And Frederick told me that if I give this to you and I see you again and you don't have it, you have to buy me a beer. A San Diego craft beer, even better.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, my friend.